Hey guys, welcome back to Chillin
and Chismeando.
I'm Yaya.
I'm Bee.
And this is episode 10. Woo! Let's do little balloons popping.
No sound. No. Cue the balloons. Okay, never mind.
He forgot.
He
forgot it.
I don't know how to do that.
Woo! How's everybody's week?
Week has been exciting and very, very inspirational.
Motivated. Hey, Vicky, sound
there
guy, you should
here?
probably shut this light off.
Oh my God! Please don't fire me.
Oh my gosh!
Already day one and already fired.
Let's get Phyllis back.
Who's Phyllis?
That's the one that fired me. Damn bitch.
Oh, you said Barbara.
You're right. I did.
So guys, B, do you want to tell them what's going on, or should I start? Like, let me do a little poetry right now. Roses are red, violets are blue. Yaya and Bee are gonna be talking Friday
about
at
you.
2. About you. You should tell them what we're talking about.
So we are super excited.
We are honored, actually.
We are very
super
honored, and we actually met a person, a podcaster, a fellow podcaster. She was is my lash client.
Okay.
And we get to talking, chismear and You already know everybody's business.
Right.
And she mentions that she has a podcast because I do put on true crime podcasts for my clients, as a background sound or background music. And she was like, "Oh, I have a true crime podcast." And I'm like, "Oh my God, really? Like, what is it called? Because I'll definitely play it." And she's like, "Roses are red." Roses red. Yeah. Roses are red. True crime.
Yeah.
Podcast and cocktails.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my God!" And I'm not gonna lie, I did let her talk a little bit, and I was like, I was kind of shy to be like, I have one too, right? And so, as she was telling me a little bit about what her podcast is about, I kind of was like, well, you know what? Honestly, I have a podcast as well. It's me and two others, and she's like, oh, really? What's it about? I go, Chisme.
Do you know something?
Do you know something?
I might know something.
I might know something too.
What's the thing you know?
Everybody else.
Not me.
Not me. So I go, yeah, and she's like, oh my God, I love podcasts like that. I'm very interested in listening to what you guys have to say. And all there, I'm like, right. Just listen to season 2 only.
Don't go to season 1.
But so she comes and we're after I was done with her lashes, she tells me a little bit more about her podcast, and she's like, yeah, like if you guys ever need any help, I'm interested in like hearing about your podcast. So I send her links. I send her our Instagram. She sees our link tree, and she kind of goes on, and she says after she leaves, she, I guess, watches us, and she sends me a message, and she's like, oh my God, I love your podcast. I had to tell her we were going to go on a break for about a month, and she's like, please do not do that.
It seems like she got offended. Like, oh, how dare you?
Yeah, she's like, if you're on a break for a month, that's like a year in the podcast world. Yeah. So I was like, okay. And so she's like, do not take a break unless you need to regroup, but don't take too long. And I was just listening. You guys are so funny. Your chemistry is great. It's very hard to come by. That doesn't happen naturally with some people. You can tell when there's awkwardness.
And she's been in the game for years.
For years. She has her, so the Roses Are Red podcast is a true crime podcast that she has with 2 other individuals. And then she has her own podcast, and then those individuals have their own podcast as well.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And they kind of help each other until she's like, I started out and I didn't do this on my own. I had a lot of help. So I want to extend myself to you guys if you guys need help. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so sweet. So she's like, actually, let's jump on a call and I'll tell you more about some of the equipment that can definitely bring up your podcast. So I was like, hell yeah. So I tell Yaya, tell her a little bit about what happened. And I go, are you available on this time? So we get on a call, and she's like, first of all, downloading us with a ton of tips and advice on everything. So we have a lot of homework to do.
I felt like I was in class.
Yeah.
Like a deer with headlights coming. But I was like,
a deer
like
with headlights.
You've ever seen like the math that comes in?
Yeah.
Like
it's like the calculations.
Yeah. Huh? I even told you, I was like, I'm so glad you're listening, B, and taking notes, because you're gonna need to dumb it down for me, Kimosabi, because it's not happening. Like,
I got you. No, but honestly, like I am a note taker and I have post-it notes. I'm just like, but then my issue is I can't organize them very quickly. But anyways, but yeah, so she gave us some homework and she kind of inspired us.
Yeah, because she was saying like, you guys have so much potential. It's, and for someone that's saying that has experience in this world, in this industry, it's like, oh, cool. Like, it brought so much like, I was telling Sound Guy and guys, get ready for season 3 is all I'm saying. Like, get ready for season 3 because we're fired up.
Yeah. And to your point, like time is money, right? And so if she didn't see potential, she would not give us her time to be like, okay, like if they're like, these bitches don't, they're fucking doing nothing.
I hope she would be like, oh, boo. Just
like,
quit now.
Great podcast. Have a great day. See you next week.
Just be like, oh, that's a cute hobby you guys have. Like,
keep it up. You're bored? Okay.
Got nothing to do.
So she was like, yeah, don't stop. So just like Yaya said, season 3, we're ready. Okay,
yeah, there's a lot of plans going on. We've already have like 3 weeks ready to go. We are going to take our 2 weeks, we agreed?
Yes, we are going to take, we initially did a month, but now we're going to do 2 weeks. Yes. So just bear with us. We're going to regroup. We're going to do a lot of planning. And a lot of new stuff. And then another cool thing too is that catch us on, and I'm sure this will be aired. Oh, actually, this will be aired already after.
After? Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
After her podcast.
Oh, episode 10?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So by the time this airs, guys, we got invited to her podcast
guys,
as
go
special
check her
guests.
out because we're going to be over there talking about true crimes. And I'm excited because she gave us the homework already. And I've already been looking into it. Mm-hmm. I am a little nervous because it's not our world. Like I know that you guys I know Sound Guy's a big listener of true crimes, and you just said
I'm a true crime. I watched all the shows, Snapped, everything. You got it.
So it really is a big honor because it's not my cup of tea. It's going into someone else's world and just like, I don't know. I'm going to see how the vibe is. And I did tell her, I was like, I'm a little, if I start laughing in awkward situations, I'm sorry. It's because I'm nervous.
I'll mute you. I'm just kidding.
But I'm really excited. And again, I'm honored.
Yes. So by the time this show airs, we would have been already on there. And the cool thing is that she does her podcast on live streams.
Yes.
So she does have an opportunity to edit afterwards. But if the person, whoever's watching or joining into that live show, already sees the mess. We make a mistake. But so she's taught us a lot of stuff. So check her out. It's Roses Are Red podcast. It with Rosa, AC, and Sam. So just check us out. We're gonna be on one of the episodes. I don't know exact what number episode it is, but look for us. I'm gonna be wearing a banana suit. I'm just kidding. just for fun. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll be orange.
You're
oh my gosh.
So so I'm excited.
Yeah, check her out, guys. I think we'll post a little clip here and there on our own page.
We're gonna have our own little. We're gonna tag her.
Yeah,
we'll tag her this whole week just in preparation. So
exciting! Doors are opening up. So yeah. Thanks. Awkward.
So that's it for me.
Okay, so let's talk about. So we had a topic, but I told B, we're not doing that topic.
What? The moment I walked in, I was like ready. I studied.
She was ready. She was studying. And that sucks because, and I love that about her because I will give her a whole list of like, this is what we're going to do. She gets to the door. I changed the whole dynamic of it. And she's like,
okay.
She throws the notes. What are we doing?
What are we doing then? Hey, I pivot.
Right.
I pivot.
But that's what I love about her because anything I throw, she catches. So
barely.
She boomerangs.
Do I catch it?
So we are actually going to talk about baby daddy and baby mama drama because not just by me personally, but just I'm noticing and all my girls and a couple people, it's like, guys, get it together. And I think this is something that's very important because there's bitterness, pettiness going on. Yeah. But you guys are not realizing that it's affecting the children. And I am a big children's person. Like, I love kids. So when somebody's acting out, my blood boils. Like, you're acting like a child yourself.
Like your emotions are getting in the way of what can harm your kid.
And I already had permission to talk about this story.
From who?
from Lele. Let's talk about it. So I'm going to start off with my situation first, just because, you know, I don't want to feel like everybody's like, damn, she's really out here just talking about everybody else's cheese, man. Like, nah. Let's get to it.
We're gonna talk about mine, and then we'll talk about everyone
And then
else.
everybody else.
And then I
Team
have
effort.
baby mama drama as well. No, I'm just kidding. Not currently, but
I was like, oh,
been
yes,
in a
you can-
situation
yes.
where I dated a guy with kids, but more on that later.
Okay, cool. So
Very
let's do
later.
that. So I'm not gonna go ahead and spill all the beans, but obviously you know the situation.
So on our Patreon, if you want to know more of the beans, let me know. Okay.
If you want to know more,
Still them.
if you guys want to know more of the chisme, don't forget to donate money to Chillin and Chismeando.
My
If
Cash App
y'all-
will be right here
right
if you
there.
want to know the full story, the
Oh,
real
y'all
story.
Y'all thought. Anyways. So my baby daddy pulled a stunt a couple weeks ago, which you already know about.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes. And to be quite frank, why would he do that? Who knows? But what I don't understand, and the reason I'm not going to get all into the chisme is because we're not at the level where we're cool yet. I think over time, a year or two, we will be. I
Yeah.
promise you guys. I think we will be, because, you know, we...
And a year from now, it's still the same, the same bullshit.
But when that happens, that's why I try to keep it at a certain, como te digo, like, to a limit.
Yeah.
So, anyways, he pulled a stunt. I didn't appreciate what he did because it messed me up emotionally and mentally. Now, as a parent or as just a human being, common sense, whether you hate my guts, whether I treated you bad, or whether you did me wrong, I did you wrong, you would think, you know, and I can't speak for everybody, but you would think that why would you do that knowing that I'm raising your child? You know, like
You're the mother of his child.
Yeah, like let's say that again.
Mother of his child. I'm
So,
like, yeah.
so you would think that, you know, I'm not just speaking for me, but you would think that people would want to make sure that their baby mama or baby daddy are whoever has the child the most would be good emotionally and mentally
and everything. It's like the same thing as like, oh, would you kick your baby mama or your child out of a house? Like, you would want them to have a house or have that place, and don't let the bitterness feelings take control.
Yes.
Where you're like, no, she can figure it out. But you have this child full time,
Right.
That when you hurt, in other words, when you hurt the baby mama, you hurt the child.
Yes.
So you're doing that.
So for those who don't know, well, actually, my close circle knows that I've been getting closer to God. So very ballsy for him to pull that stunt, because you don't know if I would have been out there, like, you know, acting toxic.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here thinking, like, God, this is the moment. Because when he took off, I started bawling, you know, and I'm like, why would you do this to me? You leave our child with me and
Pull that stunt,
yeah.
and then just leave and be
then-
like, good luck.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm sitting here thinking, like, okay, I need a moment. Let me step aside. But in my son's eyes, there is no moment. I can't check out, you know, like, he's going to follow me.
Yeah.
So I'm human. So I'm balling out. And the first thing I say, I'm like, God, this is it. Like, I need you right now. Like, all I want right now is peace. Like, that's all I'm asking for. Put it in my heart. And here comes my son. And he's looking at me. And I felt so bad, because
You were crying.
Yeah. Like, he was like, he put his hand on my cheek, like taking the lágrimas out, like, you know, the crying. And right there and then, I don't know what happened. A shield formed around my heart. And it was like all emotions went
Gone.
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what I'm talking about, you know? So I was like, powder, where's the powder? Like, let's get going. Let's move on, baby boy. Like, we're going to get it handled. So then God tells me, like, you know what? Write him a letter, because we can't face him. We can't text him. We can't call
Yeah.
him. We don't want him around here. Write him a letter. So I did. I was like, hey, you know what? What you did, I did not appreciate that. For someone that's según, that loves their child, why would you put your baby mama in a situation like that?
Yeah.
That's not okay.
He didn't even, like, it's either he didn't care or he didn't think about it.
You know, as I wrote on the letter, I was like, I didn't appreciate that.
fucking
Like,
fugly
no,
bitch.
I'm just, I wish. But I did tell him, I was like, you know, it's crazy because you came from a broken home. You know, you grew up with a single mother who mentally, emotionally, and financially was not okay. And you would think
that he would be more aware of that. Yeah.
But he's not. So I wrote him that letter and I was like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, you know, just explaining what's going on with the situation. I had my brother give him that letter because I didn't even want to see him.
Yeah, that's how upset you were.
Yeah. So when that had happened, I ignored him for a couple weeks. I had sent another letter like, I can't keep up with your visitations of you being sweet one week and then you being dry and cold. Like, sorry, not sorry. I have to be good for our son. And I know it might sound selfish, but I don't want to co-parent with you right now. I don't want to be friends because for the sake of our son, I have him most of the time. I have to be good. I really do. I have to be mentally and emotionally good. And if you got to step out of my life for a bit, yeah. And
bye.
Yeah. So when doctor's appointment, sound guy can tell you. I had him go pick up my son and...
Well, at this point, you have to protect your space.
Yeah. Which it sucked because this is when we found out that he was autistic, you know, on the spectrum of being autistic. It was something that we needed to talk about. But unfortunately, it's like, I'm sorry, no, you burnt that bridge. You know, eventually, hopefully...
Yeah.
He
said he didn't care about being friends. So, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm all bitter.
I know. He's more like, not today. But we did talk when we were recording, remember?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I was wondering if we could have a better communication for Angel. And I'm like thinking like, okay, so now you see what I'm seeing, you know? And it just sucks, guys, because it's like, I don't want to be a bitch. I don't. But it's unfortunately, it's like, why does it got to get to that point for somebody to open up their eyes? Like, why can't I just be kind to you and you be kind to me and we try to figure things out, you know? But it's like, why do you got to be a douchebag to that person? Like, I just don't
It's like you're
understand
reacting to what he's throwing at you.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that bitter baby mama or that whatever the label is, but sometimes you just can't help. Like, it's like saying, oh, don't be a crazy girlfriend. Well, then don't do
and
shit
again,
to make me crazy.
I'm not here to be a better baby mama.
Yeah.
He is a great guy. Yeah. He really is. He's one of the most dopest.
We're just man bashing right now, huh?
Get out of here, Vic. Before you're next.
Sound guy.
That's what it's turned into. Okay.
He's getting really scared. He's like,
he's a really dope. He's like, awkward.
His knees are buckled.
I know, right? Jersey Shore, where Pauly D's like, awkward.
He's like, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go.
Peace.
You ladies have your rants.
Bye.
But unstable creatures.
They're coming for us, fellas.
But yeah.
He's a really cool guy, guys. Like, no shade to him, but so let me go ahead and talk about Lily's, because she was like, no, this is a very important subject to talk about. Men, listen up. Even baby mamas, do not use your kids against the father. Like, y'all need to stop. You guys aren't playing this game back and forth like, oh, I'm gonna get him, he ain't gonna see my kids. Like,
oh my god,
like,
I know. Yeah, I was on the other end of that.
I can't wait to hear your side. So I'm gonna talk about this baby daddy, and then we'll go your version on the baby mama, because you were in that situation.
I was the girlfriend.
So my girl Lily is actually going through a separation. She was with her boyfriend for 11 years. Have 2 beautiful kids. Beautiful.
Oh my god.
A little girl and boy. She just threw a party for my baby girl. It was great. Had lots of fun. So this is where it gets messy. I do not understand. I do not get it. This is I honestly feel like this is the reason why child support was invented, because a man who thinks I just have him on this day is all I need to worry about.
Right, exactly. I just have him on Thursday and Fridays, and I'm doing my part as a parent.
And I'm sitting here thinking like, what?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
And this is the reason why I believe child support was invented in the first place, because men like that think, oh, so you were down to get dirty with me, but when it comes to responsibility,
I get down and dirty. We had a fun night down there.
Right. When it gets to the responsibility part, he ain't nowhere to be found. And it's like, what? So we were discussing about he just doesn't want to pay anymore. Like he left the house. They're like this has been happening for a while, but they're done. Like it's been done. You've already known this has been done for a couple years now.
Yeah, years.
Yeah. And anyways,
not to her fault.
No.
Just want to throw it out there. It's the guy's fault.
And for homeboy to just sit here and like talk about her saying like, oh yeah, she goes out and doesn't come back out, 2:00 in the morning, 3:00 in the morning. I can be your witness, my boy. She was with me. We were out here having a couple drinks and we literally sat in a car just chismeando of
talking.
of life. What are we gonna do? Why is our lives happening like this? And
you guys were each other's support system because you guys were kind of going through something similar.
Yeah.
But also too, like I know that I'm not trying to be naive or whatever. I know it takes two to tango. We know for a relationship to fail takes two.
Yes.
Whatever.
I agree.
However, in this situation with our girl Lily, I'm on Lily's side, and I'm not just saying that because I'm team girl and whatever. But like from what I hear, and I know I'm only hearing her perspective, and it could be a lot more blah blah blah, but I can tell.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I can see through her soul.
I-
She tried everything she could.
I love my girl Lily. I had the conversation with her, but I'm on the kid's side. That's where I'm at. Because I told her you and him have beef. There's your side, his side, and the truth. At the end of the day, who's protecting my babies? You know what I mean? So he told her like, I ain't paying for nothing. Don't ask me for nothing. Lily was telling me like, oh, I asked him if he could pick up the kids. And he didn't. He's like, no, it's not on my day. So why do I need to? Yeah, stuff like that.
Bitter baby daddy.
Why?
Bitter baby daddy.
Okay. And then all of a sudden she tells me, you know what? I'm done. I'm over it. She threw a birthday party. It was great for the baby. And
was he there?
no, she invited him. She invited the family.
Oh my God,
Nobody
he didn't show up.
Nope.
Oh my God.
No, I swear.
She actually invited him too.
Yeah.
That's all. See what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like
Be the bigger person,
but she's
yeah.
always been the bigger person throughout the entire relationship, and that just shows you. And she still she keeps getting punches, thrown to her, and she still knocks the dust off her shoulders, and still be the bigger
She still
person and invites her.
kill him with kindness.
Yeah,
But it's like,
she's the baby mama that really looks at her children.
again, in what world, if your baby mama or baby daddy is not good, whoever has the kids the most, if they're not good financially, mentally, and emotionally, why would you, I don't understand. Step it up. Like, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for the kids.
Right.
Because if they're not good, they're not good.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's the honest truth. So for him to just sit here and just be like, I don't need to pay you anything. Like, I have the kids on this day and this day. That's it. Don't ask me for nothing. So she's over here pissed. I think it was the last straw when she, because he spread a rumor to his family. I don't know if it's true or not. We don't know. At this point, that's telephone.
What was
is
the rumor? Can you tell me? Can you tell us or not?
Yeah, I'll tell you guys.
Spill the beans. Let's go.
Well, we were trying to figure out. It's, guys, rumor. All right, it's not. We don't know if it's true. I don't want y'all being like, oh, well, they said no.
I'm over here like.
But the reason why maybe the family didn't show up to the party was because there goes her baby daddy, like, playing the victim, saying she put me on child support.
Oh my
And Lily was like, oh, okay, well, if that's the case, let's make that rumor come true.
Right.
So she did.
So bippity boppity boo.
And guess who sends her money quickly right away?
Oh, he
Yep.
does.
Damn
No que
straight.
no.
Yep.
No que no.
But Lily comes and texts me and she's like, do you think I should continue on the process or not? I was like, listen. Kill him with
Hell
kindness.
yeah.
I was like, listen, honestly, at this point, he is not trying to co-parent with you. He is being very selfish, and that's fine. You didn't want to come to your kid's party. That's fine. You cannot force a man or a woman to come and spend time with their kids.
Right.
But what you can do is make them responsible financially. And you're just going to have that conversation with your kids and be like, listen, you have a mom. I'm going to get you guys going.
Right.
If your dad wants to show up, he can show up. And if he doesn't, then that's on him.
Right. And it's like, he's already showing a pattern
Yeah.
of and consistency,
Yes.
and of him like, well, I'll pay you this time, or
And
then not
I'm
this month, not this month.
Oh, B, you were there. I do not appreciate
Oh, yeah.
people using their kids
As a weapon.
as a weapon
To go against the mother.
We literally
Uh-huh.
saw this happening
In real
He
time.
drops his kids off. Lily was getting lashes done by B, and he drops the kids off. And the first thing that happens, because they're not supposed to be dropped off until a certain time, and he comes and drops them off a little bit early.
I think they had an agreed time
Yes.
on when she will be ready to receive the children. And he took it upon himself to be like, no, I want to drop them off now.
Yes.
And then uses
He uses the child. He tells the little girl, and she starts crying, telling Lily, like, how come you don't want to let me spend time with daddy? And you guys do not understand the heartbreak
messed up.
of my heart watching this little girl
crying
to her mom, and her mom's just kind of like,
her hands are tied because she's in the chair lashing, and she's just like, I can't do nothing right now. And we could just see in the Ring camera him just coming in and out, not listening, disregarding what Lily is asking for. All Lily says is like, can you not drop them off at this time? Can you wait like an hour, 2 hours?
Yes.
I will be right there.
Yes.
It's not like,
And he said
keep
no,
the kids for the
yeah.
weekend. It's
No.
not. It was nothing like
No.
that. But it was a power
just
trip.
the fact that you would use your child that way and just manipulate the whole situation.
But that just shows how crazy a divorce, a separation, a custody battle can get. How ugly it can get.
I hope and I do pray that he gets it together, because at the end of the day, another example, Giselle's baby daddy, her little girl wants nothing to do with her dad.
Wow.
You guys don't understand that you guys are affecting these kids' lives.
Yeah.
You know? And for a child to tell you, I want nothing to do with you, what did you expect? And then the baby daddy goes and complains to Giselle, like, you put her against me. It's like, you never showed up. You never cared. You never dropped anything off for her.
I hate when I hear that the dad gets mad at the child saying, well, you don't call me. Like when they say like, oh, the phone works both ways. You're the adult, sir.
Yes.
And the mom she doesn't have to force the daughter to do anything. She has an open line of communication, and you choose not to use it. And then now you want to be mad that the daughter don't even know nothing about you because you failed to be a part of her life. If somebody wants to be a part of their child's life, they will be a part of their child's life.
No, I agree. They're going to move mountains and rivers and seas
They're going to do it.
Yeah. So it's just like you playing these games right now. She's 7. She was 7 when that whole shenanigans being at your house. She's now 8. Kids remember this. Like, we act like kids don't observe what's going on. Like, I still remember all the chismes my mom and dad,
Me
did.
too. Me
and
too.
it's like, wow, like, y'all really, like, no, that's not okay, guys. So think before you act. Don't do it out of bitterness. Don't do it out of anger. Cool off. Wait till the dust settles, and then, you know, and
if you want to have an issue with your baby mama, fine, but don't, like, the last thing you want to do is involve your children.
yes,
You know?
don't talk about them either, like, in front of them, like, una cosa, like, okay, we're hate his guts, da 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 da, but that's still their parent.
Right. How awkward would that be? Like, your dad's a piece of shit. And I'm like, Dad?
Yeah.
Dada?
Not my daddy.
Not my daddy. Oh. But yeah.
But B, go ahead and tell us about your experience, because I know that you were with someone who had kids.
Yeah, so I was in a long-term relationship with somebody who had children, and I was in my early 20s. He was in his late 20s, and he'd already had 2 children. And I mean, once we started dating and made things official, that's when the whole drama started. And him and his baby mama were already broken up. She knew about me. She was just that bitter baby mama.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm using quotation marks because I'm only getting this information from him.
Right.
However, she's interacted with me where she's tried to like fight me, or, we've tried. Yeah. Like she was that crazy. And, so was I. I was kidding. But it got to the point where, and when I mean by that was the girlfriend side, is I got to see her get upset and use the children against him by not let. And so one thing about this guy is he is the devil himself. Okay. However, he is a great dad. I'm going to give that to him. He is a great dad. He's very involved. Like I said, nobody can take him away from his children. He will do whatever it takes, blah, blah, blah. Right.
Okay.
And, yeah, he, you know, she started going like, well, I see you have a new girlfriend and this and that and la la la, and don't bring around the kids because then we'll have problems. And I was like, wow, she's a hater, right? But you know, I have no children, I don't have any kids, I don't see it as like, I don't mean any ill will. Like I want the kids to like me, right? Because I'm so very much in love with their father. I want to create a relationship with them, and it means the world to me. And then then she kind of got over it and slowly started bringing them back. Like, you know, I started seeing them, and then like they were in the age where they were talking, they know how to talk and everything, and they would go back to her and be like, Mom, we had so much fun, this and that. And then she'd get pissed and she's like, don't ever bring, you know, don't pick them up, or, you know, don't ever have her pick them up, and don't have her with you when you pick them up. And there I was with him being like, here I am.
I just feel like
but because she's been knowing about me, she's just was upset that he was with me, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that she even hated the fact that the children really loved me too.
Yeah.
And then I kind of like, ugh. And then, but after a while, I got to see like how she would just be like, nope, you're not picking up the kids today. And she would go and hide them. So he would go looking for her, for the kids at her house, at the grandma's house, at the sister's house, so-and-so's house. And he's just like, I can't find my kids. Like, good luck. You won't be able to see them until I'm ready for you to see them.
See, there you go, using them as a weapon.
Right,
That's
right.
not okay.
Yeah. So, you know, I got to see that, and I'm like, oh my God. And I jokingly said that if I have a child and I'm no longer with my baby daddy, I would be like, come pick up your kid. I need a break. Like, I wouldn't be like, this weekend you will not have them. I would be like, come pick them up.
It is a break. I love having my son. My family loves having my son here.
Yeah.
You love having my son. But sometimes I do want to have that self
Just a
love.
little
You know, just a little break, because
Yeah.
I have him only for 2.5. No, he has him for 2.5 days.
Yeah.
Those 2.5 days mean the world, because it really does.
It's much needed, because you go from a 2-parent household to a 1-parent household, and that's hard.
Yeah.
That is so hard. I can't, like me, I'm like, if I babysit your kids, I'm like, 5:30, where's your mama at? Like, come get your kid.
No, because those days are like, I get to sleep in.
Yeah.
I get to go, you know,
Do your own thing.
My nails.
Catch up on
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy because Lily had just sent me a video, and it's one of the most craziest videos I've, like, it makes sense. So there's this guy, he's talking, he's like, check it out. You see this water bottle? I'm like, okay. Baby daddies, this water bottle represents you guys right now. Every time you spill, you're using energy, okay? So you don't have your kids, because most of the time, the kids are with their mom.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go work out. Dump the bottle a little bit. You wasted a little bit of energy. Okay. Oh, I'm going to go and hang out with my boys. Go to work. This amount, he said, this amount already half a day. Moms, on the other hand, guess what? I got to make breakfast for the kids. I got to make sure that they're brush their teeth. They got to go to school. By the time it's only like 10 o'clock, they already used this much energy, and the bottle was pretty much empty, almost empty. And then they get to take care of themselves. You know, that's the biggest difference. Like, I'm just sitting here thinking, like, there's a gentleman explaining this, you know, and it clicked to me, like, wow, it's true.
And it's crazy because no matter how you explain to these men, they're still gonna be like, no, she's just bitter and just a hater.
But it's like, no. You made this baby with me.
Yeah.
You made him with me, so you need to be also responsible to take care of this child. I'm sorry, not sorry. We're in a world now where women are working as much harder as men.
Right.
And
as much as men, or maybe even harder.
Yeah. And
sometimes making more.
That's another thing I also want to talk about too, because what you just said about, like, when a family breaks up, you have you get with another person, and then you become this family. I don't know if you met Cece at my birthday. Yes. Okay. Cece, her husband asked me a question, and I was a little confused, and he tells me, because he's super wise. He's like, Prima, the day will come when you find your significant other. are you prepared to have him know that this child will be his child? And at first I was like, what are you talking about? Like, Angel already has a dad. And he's like, hold on. This is where a lot of people get confused. Yes, Angel has a dad, and nobody could take Angel's dad away. But unfortunately, this is reality, and this is, I don't know if you know their situation. My cousin Cece married this man. Before they got together, he had a kid. She had a kid. They come together and they have a kid together. So they have 3 boys.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
But he was telling me, he was like, when the other dude comes in, he is going to be the one to raise Angel.
Right.
Not Robert. Yes, Robert will have his moments, but what can you teach a child in 2 days?
Right.
That's so before you start thinking about bringing another dude around, that person is going to be responsible how Angel is as a man.
The upbringing, who he looks up to,
Yes.
what he sees every day in, day
When
out. That's
he
true.
said
That's
that
true.
to me, I was like, a la madre, like, he's
None of these
right.
motherfuckers ask.
He is right. Like, it's true. Angel has his dad for 2.5 days, but at the end of the day, whoever I bring around is going to be
The father figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's interesting.
Isn't
And
that interesting?
When do you decide is that the appropriate time, you know?
Right.
You just have to play it by ear.
So,
And
guys-
it depends on the person that you
Guys
date.
and women, pay attention closely. Whoever you bring around, that person will be responsible raising your child.
Mm-hmm.
Even the fathers, like, even think about that.
So I was all, fuck that.
Not my kid.
We're already having a custody battle and we don't have any children. He's all like, and you can't take him to Texas. I go, I'll take my child anywhere.
You don't
I
tell
want.
me.
You don't tell me where.
Did you do a Texas accent?
We were both hold up there, Buckaroo. But I was like, we were fighting and say, let me tell you something real quick, motherfucker.
You don't
Nobody
tell
is
me.
gonna take my baby away from me.
Y'all
But yeah, no, it's
understand the 9 months of holding this baby, pushing
I don't
the
even
baby,
have a baby.
out. She's already inviting him. That's just something to keep in mind, guys. Let's put our babies first. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. And I know we're done with the baby daddy bashing, but there are some good guys out there.
No, there are.
That are, and good girls out there too, like my girl Lily. Yeah. You you already have the wherewithal to be like, I want to consider you've let a lot of things slide.
Yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to cause friction. And so I commend you guys because, and like, again, it takes 2 to tango. There's he said, she said, and the truth. But you know what I can see, and I've grown up with many friends who have baby daddies and baby mamas, and I've seen it all. But for those that are working really well at a co-parenting relationship, like, hats off, because there are some people out there that really are there.
To show love, because I do know a few people that it didn't work out, and yet baby daddy stepped out. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna have my kids or my baby mama on the streets. Here's the house.
Yes,
step
I've
out.
seen
You know what I
so
mean?
many.
Or like baby mama struggling with the car. Let me go ahead and just purchase the car because of their kids. It has nothing to do with baby mama. I promise you, if you didn't have kids, they'd probably be like, ho, die. Like,
I know, right? Bye.
Bye. Mm-hmm. But because they love their kids that much, they do not care, and I'm talking about like the men that I know. And it's funny because it's a different generation. Every person I've talked to at the old dealership, back in the day, they're like in their 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
And they always tell me, they've already have their second wives and this and that. Like, no, if my baby mama needs something, guess what?
I'm there. Yeah.
Why? Because if she's not good, my kids aren't good.
Yeah.
And then as a father, as a man, and I'm just like, that's such a different generation.
Yeah.
That's a whole other breed. So I'll have a class of.
Yeah, I think it's true. No,
that's
the
what he
younger
was telling me.
generation. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So-
It's a year of being selfish. A lot of people just think
guess
about
so.
themselves.
Like, me being with God, I just feel like I don't want to be mean to someone. I don't. I like being sweet. I like being kind, because I feel like there's so many assholes in the world.
Yeah.
I don't want to be part of that percentage. And that's why I let a lot of things slide.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've learned, okay, you know what? For the sake of our child, let me step away. So,
Yeah. I mean, putting healthy boundaries, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
There you go.
All the
Baby
hate
mama, baby
comments.
daddies. I know, right?
All the baby daddies and baby mamas are coming at us. All these
I don't
comments.
even- Oh my god! I'll circle back when I become a baby mama and I'll let you know what
All right.
happens.
Yeah,
I can be the most bitter baby mama ever.
Guys, it's because I feel like me and V are so different because she is the definition of her saying she is a mirror.
Oh, yeah.
How you treat her, she's gonna come at you 10 times harder.
Yeah,
So
be nice, be sweet, but I could sting.
Real quick, just to add into this, because
Yes.
it's actually a fascinating topic. I don't even know. I feel like I remember. Did you guys ever talk about like the roles of a woman and the roles of a man to their child?
No, why don't you?
No, it's because I'm listening to you guys right now, and it's yeah. I don't know what the roles of a woman are. I mean,
We're
I
nurturers.
learned a
Yeah,
little bit.
nurturing, loving.
But I also learned a lot about what a man is. You know, we're
Well,
expected. Well, yeah, but in general, we're expected to wear many different hats, if you will. You know,
But
like-
women too. We're the
And-
caregiver. We're the educator. We're the nurse. We're everything. We're the provider at times. Majority of the time, you know.
And that does differ depending whether you have a girl or a baby boy. Like you're expected to give different roles to that individual as they grow up, especially the first 5 years. They're
Yeah.
Yeah.
important. Me and my sister actually had really good talks about this. And I think for a man, yeah, we become the role model of any
Yeah.
baby boy we have. We become the first love of a baby daughter. that
Oh
we
my
have.
god, so cute. But no, I think, and especially in this day and age, whether it's a boy or a girl, and I'm not a parent, so let me just throw that out there. I'm not a mom. I don't have any children, so one should not give advice to those that are not a mom, right? I always say this to everyone. I said this to Lily too. I go, look, let me tell you something. I'm not married and I don't have any children, so please don't. However, so don't, take my input very lightly because I'm not, I recognize that.
Right, take it with a grain,
Grain
of
of
salt.
salt,
But
yes.
and I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
But it's all backed by science, like
Right.
studies. And
But
I'll let y'all know. Go
I
ahead,
don't think you should blanket parent your children. Every child there should be a tailored parenting because one, they can be all raised the same, but there's different personalities. Then there's different, male, female, different interests. And, back then, a lot of parents, they did do blanket parenting, meaning that they parented everyone the same way, which that's not the case sometimes. Every child is different. Everyone has a different personality. So this child may need more than this child. So to answer your question, gender roles do play a part in what kind of child you have, whether it's a daughter or a son, but your parenting should be tailored to that daughter or son. That's what I think. That's all I got to say about that.
Okay, honestly, I could expand on that a lot more, but
I mean, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Yeah.
okay. And I've known a lot of women like this who, no, don't look at me like I'm looking at you.
Oh no, I wasn't.
That they don't express them being feminine because they weren't close to their, a motherly figure in their life.
I kind of also feel like that affects them in a certain type of way because they're so busy being masculine that they can't be feminine. And it kind of throws it off, to be honest, because we as women should be feminine, but when you pull stuff like this, we can't be like that. We have to be like, okay, here I go. Because something in our head tells us my kid needs this, so I got to go be the man.
Right, the disciplinarian,
Yes.
if you will.
And I shouldn't be.
And that's what the role, not always, like you said, it's not a blanket
Parenting.
term or parenting, but for the most part, the male should be the disciplinarian, in my opinion.
I grew up with my mom being a disciplinarian, and she's very feminine. And my dad was the provider. He took care of us financially. We had no worries about anything. He actually cooked for us too, but he was very much Amen. Like he built our house, like literally, like if you know how they say, oh, can you cook? Well, can you build a house? Like my dad says yes. Like he'll check that box, motherfucker. Okay. But so he actually built our homes and stuff like that.
D, all the above.
The all the above. Okay. He's a prize. Okay, Mom. But he never, not once, raised his voice at me growing up. Or any of the siblings. Never disciplined us. That was my mom's job. But my mom was the one that stayed home and cleaned, cooked, but she whooped our booties. Like she really did like spank us and really like was very hard on us. And my dad was in the back like, okay. Like whatever your mom says. Yeah, I'll go crying to my dad like, Mommy. You should listen to your mom. Don't go. He go, don't put me in it. He says, don't put me in it.
He's like, what'd you do to my wife?
So I think, I think if I have children and if that ever happens, then I will be a disciplinarian. That's just me.
This, for me, I think it's more, I've seen it in more of our family homes. Like, I'm talking about like cousins and us. Like, my mom was a disciplinarian, right?
Did your dad spank you?
My dad spanked us when we were out of hand. Like, I've never gotten spanked by my dad.
Yeah.
But
lucky.
Yes.
Oh, you have?
Yes. When my mom could not control the situation anymore, guess what? My dad came in.
Well, you know what? Yes, my dad, if we made my dad mad, and he's like kind by nature. He's very kind and tender. But if my dad got, stood up and be like, hey, niños, we're like, oh shit, we really, like my dad, my mom was mad all the time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's my dad. Like, oh no, Mr. Rodriguez is pissed. Like, everybody stop. Yeah. So for me personally, I've never really gotten an ass whooping from my dad. My mom though, she threw these hands. Ooh. Like, it's funny because we were talking about this. I just gave Angel his first booty smack. Yes.
Oh hell no!
He started throwing hands at me, and I was like, oh no.
Oh, he started hitting you. Oh.
I was like. And I've tried patiently being like, okay.
A gentle parent.
Yeah. But it didn't work. So I was like, all right. The Hispanic side came out of me. And I was like, all right, here we go. So I went in there. And my mom was like, why did you hit my baby? I was like, Mom, what are you talking? Because when he got his booty smacked, I sat there with him. I'm like, I'm sorry I had to do this to you. No, like I feel like, but in God's word, if I love you that much, I'm gonna discipline you. Is what he says.
I love you.
No, that's what it says.
I spanked you and I whooped your butt because it's out of love.
Y'all want to be on this gentle parenting? Best believe it did not happen in this house.
No. Well, same thing. I'm all for gentle parenting to an extent.
Yeah, me too.
There's not no more gentle.
Anyways, my mom's over here like, did you just smack my baby? I was like, Mom, I was in there like making sure emotionally he was okay. You were like a thug. You were like a gangster, a gang. You came and jumped us and then took off. Like,
she just drive by.
Yeah. She got it done and that was that. Anthony, my brother, was like, yep. My mom gave no F's. Like, So, but my dad would only come in if it was out of hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
damn. No.
She says, no, I don't remember that. Like, all of a sudden,
I know. I told my mom, I was like, Mom, you remember last time we went to Walmart and I was crying or I was being bad or, I wasn't even being that bad, girl. I wasn't even that bad. And I guess I wasn't being quiet. And she pinched me so hard, like on my arm, like just like, right? Because
we got to do an episode on this.
And made me bled. I was like, and don't cry. I'm like, I was just like, oh my God.
I don't mean to laugh.
And my mom was like, I don't remember doing that at all. I was like, what? And now to this day, I can remember the cut. Like,
it's right here, Mom. Scarred 1980. It's funny because Sound Guy could tell you this. It was just a look. Remember when we would go to the store?
For a while.
And she would just be like, okay, ahorita. All right. I was like,
no. I had a lash client and she's like, can I bring my daughter? And I'm like, oh, yes. And so, because, some children, no offense. I was like, yeah, of course, bring her by. And she's like a little cute little 7-year-old. And the entire time I was lashing, she was just like, just sweet, little, kept smiling at me every time I looked at her, like to make sure she's okay. And she's like no phone, no nothing, just
what?
And I was like, wow. And then I was done. I think she was coloring or something. And then whenever I was done, I was like, oh my God, your daughter is so well behaved. Like, wow. Like, whatever. She's like, yeah, because she'll know I'll take her to the bathroom. I was like, oh shit.
And you know what? This reminds me of Cece and her kids. 3 boys. She has them like this.
That's how you're supposed to.
And she's like, y'all better not embarrass me or I'm going to embarrass y'all.
Ooh.
Like, I'm like, ooh, prima. She's like, no. It's because I can't. I have 3 boys. Like,
I know.
they'll get out of whack. Like, they'll conquer me.
She
like,
has my dream life. I want boys. I just want boys.
I was like, and it's cool because every time they come, they're always on their best behavior.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna take some tips from her.
Right. Yeah, I think that's it. No, no? Okay.
No, that's it. I'm just excited for our special guest time with Roses Are Red podcast.
Me too, guys.
And like I said, by the time this airs, it's already there. So go check us out and let us know how we did. Give us your honest feedback.
Guys, this is episode 10. So that means we are going to take a break. We are going to do 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
Enjoy the time where you don't hear our voices.
But we'll still be active on Instagram.
Yes.
So you'll see us there.
We have a lot of projects to do. Sound Guy is back. I forgot to mention that you weren't there last.
Oh yeah, that's messed up. Literally, I'm dying in the next room, and you guys already recorded.
You were
without me.
dying?
Yeah.
She said you were taking a nap.
Well, no, yeah, I was trying to nap off all the sickness.
You were sick?
It's because, as you know, Angel.
He was sick.
Yeah, he travels between houses, and I feel like he's constantly bringing like a new evolved version of the same virus.
And it only goes to you.
No, my mom, our mom.
My mom
had
got
it as
sick
well.
too.
I did not know you were sick. He's taking a nap.
I was like, because he had told me, he's like, so did you tell anybody that I wasn't there or why I wasn't there? I was like, honestly, I completely
Like,
forgot.
I'm already gone. I
Yeah,
figured
like
out.
you've been gone for so long, it just kind of slipped. And then he's like, what?
Make it worse.
So he's like, I was dying in the other room and y'all didn't even like say nothing. I was like, I'm sorry.
That's
but,
messed up.
yeah.
I'm looking like the Exorcist of Emily Rose.
Yeah,
on the
he
next
looks
show.
pretty bad. He looks really bad. Yeah, exactly like that. But guys, Sound Guy is back.
We didn't know he left. No, I'm just kidding. It's like his shit. We're back. It's good to have you back.
Yeah,
And healthy.
No, yeah, it's good to be back. So I guess we have a couple minutes here.
Yeah.
How'd you guys feel about the season?
Ooh.
Only a couple minutes.
So
All right.
my honest opinion is, I feel like we and me, as in we, when I say we, I mean me. As I told so, don't speak in we, speak in me. Like, he was like, we have to do this, we have to clean that. I'm like, when you speak in me's, okay? But me, and I got some advice from Rosa from the from the other podcast, and she said, you need to be consistent. You cannot, no matter what it is, you must post at 8:00 on Thursday. If your time is 8:00 on Thursday, you must post. Do not be inconsistent. So season 2, inconsistent, so that's kind of me. But I did have a good time with the new studio and the facelifts and the added stuff. And I feel like we're just getting better,
Yeah, I agree. I definitely believe it was way better than season 1. I think that because Sound Guy is back.
Yeah.
And thank God you came back almost at the end of the season.
Thank you for abandoning us. I'm just kidding.
I just feel like season 2, we were way more open too.
Oh yeah,
with like my Chisme life.
I think it's because we've been dating this audience for a while now. We're getting a little more
feeling them out, We're
like,
let's see what y'all about.
We started getting scruffier.
Right, I know.
It's like the girlfriend. You know how in the beginning you're just like all nice and pretty, and then she starts coming out with her chongo and a bun, and we're like, I made it. Hi guys, and
Hey,
all
I got the ring. I got the ring.
And everything goes downhill.
Oh no! And then you get that mommy makeover.
I know.
Season
wait
3.
till the BBL comes.
Goddamn.
So I definitely think that season 2 we were way more open. I love the fact that even the viewers were interacting with us.
Exactly.
We got a lot of messages on like what to do, funny things. So I'm not that bright when it comes to technology.
We know.
We know. But I barely realized that when you make an Instagram account for businesses, there are like 3 different messages. And I was looking at it and it said primary and general. And I click on general and there's like all these questions. Like, can you talk about this? And I was like, I'm so sorry, guys. I am failed. I know. Season 3, though. Season 3. Yeah, there was a lot of, like, I didn't even realize it because I thought it was just one. Yeah.
But usually it'll notify you.
It does, but I was looking for them. I was like, man, Instagram don't know what they're talking about. Like.
Oh, hell no.
But
okay,
yes.
we're going to answer them.
Oh, well, I mean.
No. Next season for sure.
But I will definitely work on my technology skills, guys. I'm so sorry. I told B that, you know what, B, I cannot be sitting in the dark and not figuring it out. So I even told her this season we're gonna edit, we're gonna help her edit. She's blossoming her business up, and this is our baby, is like what Rosa said. So you ready, baby mama?
Let's do it. I know. Like, where's my baby at?
So guys,
oh my god, I have some friends too. Eat ass or let your man have a pre-pass.
Te digo, see? we're oh my god.
Okay. Sorry.
So that's what I think on season 2. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm Yaya.
And I'm Bee.
And this is Chillin.
And Chismeando.
Bye.